the book of First Chronicle in the Old Testament, chapter 4, and I'm going to read from verse 9. This is the story of Jabez. The Bible says, now Jabez was more honorable than his brother. His mother had named him Jabez, saying, because I gave birth to him in pain. And verse 10 says, and Jabez called out to the God of Israel and said, if only you would bless me and enlarge my territory. May your hand be with me and keep me from harm, so that I will be free from pain. And God granted the request of Jabez. Now I want to share you this story of Jabez today because it relates with a lot of people. Jabez was born during a time of pain, and the Bible says because of that his mother actually named him Jabez, which means I gave birth to you during the time of pain, during the time of difficulties. And the Bible then says in verse 10, and Jabez prayed unto God of Israel, and he said, if you only would bless me and enlarge my territory, may your hand be with me and keep me from harm, so that I will be free from pain. Now this is very, very interesting what Jabez did here. And the Bible says, and God granted the request of Jabez. This is very interesting to note that Jabez prayed to God despite his situation. He was so focused to the extent that he actually asked God about a specific situation that he found himself in, a situation which was limiting him, a situation that even his mother had actually acknowledged and had named him after. Jabez refused to remain in that situation. He refused to remain in that circumstance. He refused to be defined by the circumstances around his birth. He prayed to God and said, oh God, may you bless me and enlarge my territory. The King James Version says, and Jabez called on the God of Israel, saying, oh, that you would bless me indeed and enlarge my territory, that your hand would be with me and that you would keep me from evil, that I may not cause pain. And then the Bible says, so God granted him what he requested. My question to you today is, what are you asking God to grant to you? What are you petitioning God about? What are you praying to God concerning? What are you focused on? Jabez was focused. He wanted to change the circumstances in which he was born out of. He wanted to change the definition which was around his life. He was so focused that he knew what he wanted. He said to God, can you enlarge my territory? He asked God, can you let your hand be with me? Can you keep me away from evil? May you cause me not to cause pain. The Bible says, and God granted what he requested. Now listen to me, this was the circumstance of Jabez. It might relate to you today. I don't know, whatever the situation can be. It might be a situation of sickness, a situation of your child's sickness, a situation of your finances, your career, everything. Opportunities are not working out for you. Maybe that's your Jabez scenario. But you know what? I want you to come out of that and be focused and pray to God concerning that situation. Have something that you want to accomplish with the prayer that you're making to God. Is it a job that you're looking for God to do to you? Do you want God to open opportunities for you in some circumstances? What is it exactly that you want God to do? Where are you right now and where do you want to go? What do you want to remove from your life? And what do you want to bring in your life? What do you want God to take you out of? And where do you want God to take you to? Where do you want God to deliver you from? What circumstance are you thinking of? Are you focused on? And where exactly do you want God to deliver you to? That's what I want you to focus on. I want you to understand that God can grant you your requests. God can answer your prayers. He can grant you your requests. The Bible says, and God granted what Jabez requested. Now when you are praying, you now acknowledge what Christ has already done. So when you're focused on your circumstance right now, you pray like this. You say, God, I thank you right now because I'm asking you to enlarge my territory and you have already done it. I'm asking you right now that you continue to lead me, to direct me, and you continue to put your hand upon my life because you never leave me nor forsake me. You pray and you say, you know what, God, you are keeping me from evil, and I ask you to continue to do it. You acknowledge what Christ has already done in your life and you continue to declare. But be focused on the things where you want to come out of and where you want to go. Know your destination. Know the things that you want God to accomplish in your life. The Bible says without vision people will perish. The Bible says write the vision, let it be plain, let people look and see it, so that those who are running with the vision, they will run with it.